You can't love anyone. It's just your demands and needs. He got angry and then he held my wrist. It was little tight. Ugh, leave me, you demon!
I didn't call you to keep saying bad word about me.
He held my other wrist too and then he pinned them on the wall. He got little close.
Do you think?
His words stopped as he saw a tear drop from my eyes. Suddenly his grip got loose as I pushed him and ran towards door. I stopped and turned around. You call this love? You'll find out soon. When you drink a lot of water and your thirst is not quenching, then you will understand. When you wake up unnecessarily at nights, you'll feel that love. Look at yourself in mirror and try to find Jungkook, not Prince. Find your existent, not lust. He didn't speak at once, just hearing my words. Then I left. I stood there for a few seconds and a tear dropped from my eyes. I closed my eyes again. A tear dropped. I looked up and spoke. Grandma told me, never judge anyone, but I already realized that he's like that. You saved me from his satanic seduction. Please keep me safe in future too. You know better, God. I wiped my tears and then I went to my home. Jungkook's perv.
I sat on ground and rested my back. I was feeling guilty. What I did? I spoke in low tone. I forcefully did her. I never did that before. Then why I did this with her? I asked to myself, is that really my love or lust? I slid my hands on my forehead to head and brushed my fingers in my hair. I thought for hours and then I slept there like that. Didn't even realize that I slept on the floor. Next day, I woke up and realized that last night I slept on floor. I stood up and got fresh. Then I went out. As some servants were cleaning and some were dusting, I approached one of the servants and asked, "Do you know where I can find Miss Wyan?" As she turned around and bowed, she nodded her head and spoke.
Prince, she must be in the kitchen. She's the one who took responsibility of food, and it's breakfast time, so she must be in the kitchen.
I nodded my head and then went straight to kitchen.
Ryan's perv. I was working in the kitchen. Ajima and our second chef, my Ajushi, they both were teasing each other. The whole staff was laughing and so was I. Suddenly I heard a familiar voice.
Rose?
As I turned my head in that direction, my face got straight. His eyes were looking for me and then his eyes fell on me. He smiled but I looked away. Ajuma went to him. Yes, son? Do you need anything? He looked at her.
Actually, I want to talk to Rose.
Rose?
I mean, wine.
She turned around. Ryan? I turned my head to her side. He wants to talk to you. Come and listen to him. I was about to say no, but then I controlled myself. I didn't want you to create a scene here. So I nodded my head and went out. He smiled and spoke.
Thank you so much.
She smiled back and he also went out. I was standing there. He came and I spoke. What do you want to talk about? My back was facing him.
Actually, I want to say sorry for yesterday night, the way I behaved.
I turned around while cutting his words. I don't need your sorry. I was about to walk away, but he spoke.
I know that my behavior hurt you.
I looked at him and again cut his words. I got a little close to his face. Your words have no effect on me, either your behavior. I don't love you that I will feel sad or hurt. You are non-existent for me. I just hate you. I was about to leave, but I stopped and spoke. Don't try to trick me. I'm not like other girls. I said and I went inside. Jungkook's perv.
She went inside and I was still standing there. I looked down as I felt bad. After that, I went to my bedroom.
Few days later,
I was sitting with my friends. Again, they were having fun. But my attention was not there. I was thinking about wine, about my rose. I don't know what she had done to me, but I was completely thinking about her. A girl came and she touched my arm, but I snatched my arm and spoke. Don't touch me! It was little angry. They all looked at me as they all got shocked. Then Theung spoke.
You go.
He smiled and tried to cheer them up.
Why you all got serious? He was joking. Chill, okay?
He said, and then he got close to me. He murmured while pulling my arm.
Hey, what happened to you? Why suddenly you got angry?
I don't know. I don't like her touch. I was looking straight. He joined his eyebrow.
Are you okay, Jungkook?
I looked at him.
I've been noticing you for a few days. You stopped riding the horse, not having fun with us. All the time you are just roaming around the palace. What is going on with you, huh? It's like someone did magic on you.
My eyes fall on ground while a sigh left from my mouth. Yes, someone really did magic on me. I don't know. I can't remove her from my mind.
Whom?
Again I looked at him. That girl I gave the dress. He leaned his head back a little as he reminded.
Oh, that one.
He got close to me a little.
So why don't you talk to her?
She hates me.
But why? You give her a dress, then why she hates you?
I rested my back on couch back. It's a long story. Just know this, it was my mistake. Now I don't understand how to correct my mistake. I wake up early in the morning every day just to see her. How she beautifully talked to others. Her smile just reminds me of sunlight. That how she starts my day. And her eyes.
Her eyes? What that reminds you?
He asked like he was interested to know. As a little smile appeared on his face, I looked at him. It reminds me home, my home. A smile appeared on my face.
I think you fell in love.
I joined my eyebrows. Is this love?
I really don't know. I've never loved someone. But the way you are talking about her, definitely this is love. And I think you should confess to her.
But she hates me and also angry with me. He put his hand on my shoulder.
Then try to convince her. Try to correct your mistake. After all, you are the John Jungkook.
He smirked. I looked at random spot and thought for a second. Then my brain hits. I smirked and looked at him. I think I know how to convince her. I hugged him. He got shocked by my sudden hug. Thank you so much. I moved back. You are a love guru. He chuckled.
Okay. Convince her as soon as possible and then make her my sister-in-law.
Sure I will. One day she will be mine.
But how you're going to convince her?
I put my hand on his shoulder. Leave that to me. I will show her my love and make her believe that I really fell for her. Then after that, whatever she decides, I will accept and respect that. He smiled.
She really made you a good prince.
I also smiled back and then we got busy in talking.
Next day, Wine's Perf. It was morning time. I woke up and did my morning routine. I got ready and then I came out from my house. I lifted my eyes and then I saw the flowers. My steps stopped. As my eyes roaming around the view, I shouted, Sabrina! Sabrina! As she heard me, she came out. Yes, she looked at me as I also. Did you planted these flowers? Flowers? I pointed there and then she looked at them. Her eyes widened. Wow! Who brought that? It's so beautiful. She walked towards flowers. Look, Wine, it's your favorite ones. I walked towards her and then stood beside her. It's all your favorite ones. I noticed that it was my favorite ones. Yeah, it is my favorite ones. But who planted? Maybe your secret lover? She said while teasing and smirking. Yeah, right. I rolled my eyes. I'm leaving for work. Okay, take care. She hugged me and then went inside. I looked at flowers once again. I got close to flowers and sniffed. It was not smelling like those flowers. It smelled like rose. Wait, what? Why they're smelling like rose? I got confused, but then I smiled and took few flowers. I sniffed them and then started walking towards palace, as it was not too much far from my house, so I walked. I was in the palace. I was walking towards kitchen. Then suddenly someone called me.
Miss Ryan!
As I heard the voice, it was familiar. I joined my eyebrow and turned around. I looked at that person, and it was none other than the prince. My smile faded away. He came to me and stood in front of me. His one hand was behind his back, like he was hiding something. You? What do you want? He brought his hand in front. He was holding some flowers. He extended towards me and spoke.
This is for you.
I looked at the flowers and then again looked at him.
I'm sorry, the way I behaved that day.
I got a little angry, but then I took a sigh and spoke. I already told you, your words have no effect on me. Now stop following me. I was about to go, but he stood in front of me. He spread his arms.
Wait. You can't go like that. I want my forgiveness. If you don't forgive me, you'll have to go over my corpse.
I gazed at him. Then do me a favor. I smiled and got a little close to him. Go to that window. He also started focusing on my words.
Okay.
I again spoke. Open that. He hummed. And then jump from there. I moved back as his face also got straight. When you will die, bring your corpse and then I will pass over. Okay? Now spread my life. I crossed from his side and started walking towards kitchen again. He shouted.
I will take my forgiveness. You will say that you forgive me by your own mouth.
I turned around and spoke. And why even you want my forgiveness?
Because this demon fell for you.
My eyes a little widened, but then my brain hits. This was how he seduced the girls. I didn't say anything and again started walking.
You have to forgive me, and I'll keep trying until you agree.
I left from there. After enduring his madness, I came to kitchen. I started helping the chef to make the breakfast. Some servants came and started serving the dishes as we were serving them hot. After a few minutes, a servant came and spoke. Miss Ryan? I turned around. The prince is calling you. In my mind, oh, what he wants? I came out from my thoughts and spoke. I'm coming. He bowed a little and left from there. I cleaned myself and then started walking towards dining area. I stopped at the entrance. I looked there. The king and queen already left from there. He was sitting on his chair beside King's. As he was holding a spoon and playing with it, I took a long sigh and then started walking towards him. I stood beside him but little far from him. I bowed down and spoke. You called me, Prince? He looked at me. As a smile appeared on his face, he put his elbow on table and put his head on his palm and started looking at me. I looked down and closed my eyes for a few seconds. I opened again and spoke. Prince, you called me? He didn't speak at all, just stared at my face. Prince? I looked at him and spoke in a little high tone. Prince! He came back to his senses. I again looked down. Why did you call me?
Oh, this soup.
He pointed his finger at bowl.
It's bitter.
I looked at him and joined my eyebrows. Bitter? But how? I checked all the dishes. How this soup is bitter?
I don't know.
He extended the spoon.
Here, taste by your own.
Without thinking twice, I took the spoon and bent a little. I filled the spoon with soup and then tasted. It was normal. tasty as it was. Where is the bitterness? It's not bitter at all. He got confused.
Oh, really? Let me taste again.
He took the spoon from my hand. Yes, taste by yourself. It's not bitter. He filled the spoon and tasted the soup.
Mmm.
He hummed while his eyes got shut. He opened and looked at me.
You were right. It's not bitter at all.
See, I told you. He put the spoon in his mouth and spoke while licking it.
Now the taste is 100 times better.
He again started staring at my face. I got confused. Feel like something went fishy. Then suddenly my brain hits. I tasted from the same soup which he had tasted before. My eyes widened. And then I also realized that he was licking that spoon which I used before. He just did it on purpose. I got grumped. You? I pointed my index finger to him. Ugh! I stomped out of the dining room. He laughed a little on my reaction.
Hey, Rose!
He chuckled and put his palm on his forehead, then put it under his jaw and spoke.
She looks so cute when she gets angry. Let's eat my delicious soup.
He chuckled again and started eating. Author's Perf. In the evening time, you were in the garden with some girls. They were practicing and you were helping them as you were teaching them. Suddenly you felt something hit on your back. It was so light. You ignored. Then after a few seconds, again that thing hit on your back. You turned around in curiousness. There was a white flag and something was written on it. You couldn't see properly. It was waving. You got a little close and you saw what was written on it. It was written, "Forgive me." You got a little confused. You were about to get more close, but then suddenly, Jungkook popped. You looked at him. He was waving the flag. He was smiling while showing his teeth. Ugh, again this man. You stomped your foot and left in anger. You came to kitchen as you put your palms on kitchen counter in anger. No one was there. You talked to yourself. Why he is not leaving me alone? You were looking at some random spots. Your eyes fell on window as he was outside and waving that flag again. He shouted,
Forgive me, my Rose.
You got more angry and then you went to window. You held the bottom rail and spoke in high voice. I am not your Rose. Stay away from me, you demon. Ugh. You shut the window and turned around. I don't want to stay here. I'm going home. You said and you left from there. Jungkook saw that you shut the window. He made a sad pout and spoke.
Why are you so much stubborn, my Rose?
He tilted his head a little.
Let's try something else.
He was about to go inside the palace, but his foot slipped and he fell on water. He groaned.
Ouch! My butt!
He put his palm on ground and stood up.
Someone has rightly said, love is struggle. You have to sacrifice so much things.
He put his palm on back.
Even your butt. Ugh.
Next day, Ryan's Perv. I came to palace. I was walking. Suddenly my steps stopped. Heartbeat dropped. Eyes widened. Someone came in front of me, and it was none other than, it was that demon, the John Jungkook. A scream left from my mouth. Because I got scared, I put my hand on my chest. He was smiling. Are you crazy? You want to give me a heart attack?
No. I just came here to wish you a good morning. And also...
He twisted his hand back and took out something. It was Massey's center roller. He opened as it was opening my face side, and he written, Forgive me. My face got straight. I looked at him.
Sorry, my wine.
I am not your wine.
But you are my love. So technically, you are my wine.
Keep dreaming. Now get out of my way. I was about to pass him, but he again stood in front of me. I moved to other side, but again, he blocked my way. I ran to right side, but again, he spread his arms and blocked me. Ugh, move away! I pushed him by putting my hands on his chest and then ran away.
Hey, Ryan!
I already left from there. Arthur's puff. He put his hand on his chest and took a long sigh because your touch made him feel something that he still couldn't get it at all. He was just admitting. Ryan's puff. I was in hallway. I was instructing the servant to set the window shades. Little up, as my hand was also moving. More, little more. My words stuck because that demon came and bumped his shoulder to my shoulder as he spoke.
What are you doing?
I glared at him. I then spoke and again started what I was doing.
Can I help you?
I looked at him and smiled, and then I started walking towards kitchen. As I went there, I turned my head back a little to see that he left or not, and he was not there. A big sigh left from my mouth. One of the servants spoke. Queen wants to eat cake. Chef, please start making. As Chef nodded and started making the cake, I went to him. Can I help you, Ajishi? He smiled and nodded. I opened the cupboard. I took out the flour and put it on counter. I took the bowl and picked the flour container. I was about to pour, but someone spoke.
Need any help?
I looked at him. I got frustrated. I poured the flour over his head. Had your help. I left from there. He coughed as flour all over his body and face. The servants were shocked, but they were also laughing silently. He also laughed. He spoke as his eyes were half opened.
She is a little angry girl. I'll handle it.
He dusted off himself.
Ugh, I have to take a shower. Bye everyone. Hope you enjoyed that.
He bowed down as they laughed. He then went to his room. Arthur's puff. It's been 3 days. Jungkook was still convincing you and asking you for his forgiveness. Sometimes you felt that you were getting hard on him. But then you realized that he did with many girls. And one girl also gave a proof. That dancer who showed you the necklace. Then again you started hating him. And also the way he behaved that night. It flamed your fire of your hatred. As you were walking while holding a tray that filled with flowers, suddenly he came in front of you. You immediately stopped your steps. You gazed at him. What?
Any help, my lady?
He asked while smiling. You put the tray on his hands. Here, take this and work here. I'm leaving. You're about to go, but he put the tray on the side and spoke. He held your pinky finger and tried to stop.
Ryan,
He jerked his hand and turned around. What? His face got pale and straight. What is your problem? Oh God, you are irritating me since 3 days. Stop it. Do you think that I will forgive you and then you can enjoy? I already told you, Mr. John Jungkook. I'm not that type of girl.
Wait. Enjoy? What enjoy?
You looked away and spoke. You looked at him. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
I really don't know.
The whole palace knows how you are, and you are the only one who don't know. You clapped. Wow, Mr. John Jungkook. What acting skills you have.
I really don't know, Ryan. What are you even talking about?
Oh really? Who called the dancers? Who gave them expensive gifts? And I also know why you gave them expensive gifts. Because they make you happy. His eyes widened.
What? Who the hell said that to you?
The day you hosted the feast for your friends and you said to King that you wanted the girls for dance, I was there and I was the teacher of them. And one of the girls came to your feast. She was my student. She told us that how you give her an expensive gift because she made your night colorful. He got angry by those words.
I never did that disgusting thing.
Yeah, right. You rolled your eyes. He got more angry and then he held your hand. You looked at him. What are you doing? Leave my hand.
Let me see. Who told you such a disgusting thing about me?
he said, and he took you to somewhere. You keep saying him to leave you, but he was not listening. He came to garden that you used to teach them. And as always, the girls were dancing there. He came and stopped with you. He left your hand. All girls stopped and looked at you both.
Who is that girl who said that I give her expensive gift?
He looked at you.
What was that gift?
He spoke while hesitantly. Necklace. He again looked at them.
Who is that girl? Come in front of me.
After a few seconds of silence, a girl came.
So you are the one who said that I gave you an expensive gift because you made me happy?
That girl gulped down.
When that happened, miss?
That girl didn't speak.
I'm asking you something.
You can't scare her. Why would she lie to? That girl cut your words. I lied. You looked at her. I lied, Miss Lion. Your eyes widened. Actually, I was faking in front of everyone. That necklace he didn't give me. His friend did. I just had maintained my pride. That's why I lied. She looked down. I'm so sorry, Prince. Please forgive me. He took a long sigh and spoke.
It's okay. Just don't do it again, okay?
She nodded.
And you all, don't say anything to her. She accepted. That is enough. Now you can go.
Thank you so much, Prince. You have a big heart. Thank you. She bowed down and then they left from there. He looked at you. As your eyes fell down in embarrassment, he got a little close to you and spoke in a little upset voice.
Mind what you thought? I'm not that type of person.
You looked at him.
I didn't gift any girl or didn't have fun with anyone. I don't do this disgusting thing. And about you? Yes, I sent you a dress. But only you. And not for fun. The way I behaved, that was totally wrong. And I said sorry for 100 times.
He sighed.
But you trusted someone else. Didn't even verify that is true or not.
He moved back.
I irritate you, right? From now, I won't. You won't see this face again.
He said, and he left from there. You were looking at his back body as he left already. You walked to his bench and sat on it. As you put your forehead on your palms, murmured, I really went too far. Lion's Puff. It was night time. All servants and cooks were working. King's best friend already came with his wife and son. We were putting dishes on dining table. Door opened and all guests came. King and queen too. They all started sitting in the chairs. My eyes were looking for someone, and it was Jungkook. Yes, I was looking for him only. And then I saw him. He was talking to his dad's best friend's son. As soon as he came, his eyes fell on me. He was about to smile, but his smile dropped. He looked away. He sat on a chair and started talking to that boy. I could see clearly that he was ignoring me. After a few seconds, food came. Servants started serving the food. I took the chicken plate and went to King. I spoke. Do you want some? I presented the chicken piece. He looked at me. Dear wine, why are you serving? The servants will do. Let me serve you. Do you want some? He nodded and then I put it in his plate. I turned around and little got close to Jungkook. I presented the piece. Prince, do you?
No.
He cut my words.
I don't want.
That boy spoke. You can give me. He smirked.
Leave that Rayan. Eat this piece.
He put another chicken in his plate.
You can go. We don't want.
I could see that why he was sending me away. Because that boy was looking at me. I didn't say anything and walked away, while a little smile appeared on my face. Time passed. It was late night. The feast ended very late. And after I did my all work, I was so tired. My hands were hurting and legs too. I was walking towards hallway. Suddenly I bumped into someone. Ouch! I looked at that person and it was Jungkook.
I'm sorry.
he said, and he started walking away. I turned around as I got lost by his behavior. Suddenly my foot hit to the table. Ah! I put my palm on the wall to hold myself. Jungkook heard my voice and he immediately ran towards me. He stopped in front of me.
Hey, are you okay? Where did you get hurt? Show me.
My foot. He was about to hold me, but he stopped. But he was also compelled. He hesitantly spoke.
Can I hold your hand?
I looked at him with painful eyes. I nodded my head. He then held my hand and made me sit on the bench.
Careful.
Then he kneeled down and removed my sandal. Carefully removed. Then he held my ankle and pressed a little. He looked at me.
Do you feel pain here?
I nodded my head no. He moved a little forward.
Here?
He moved more and I felt pain. Ouch!
Oh, sorry.
He gently tapped there with his thumb. I groaned again.
Just wait here. I'll come.
He got up and ran towards somewhere. And after a few minutes, he came back. He again kneeled down. He was holding some medicine. He held my ankle and applied the medicine on it. Then he wrapped the bandage around my ankle. When he was doing this, I was just looking at him. He looked at me as he was done.
Take rest. It might take some time to heal.
Thank you. And sorry. I looked down. I didn't know that she was lying. I just trusted her blindly and started hating you. He tilted his head a little.
And now?
I looked at him.
Do you still hate me?
I looked down and nodded my head in no.
So, does that mean that you love me?
I looked at him with widened eyes.
I knew it, that you have feelings for me.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I got up and was about to go, but I groaned. He held my hand as he also got up.
Hey, be careful. Where are you running, huh?
Leave me. I want to go home. I'm so much tired. He made me sit again. What are you doing?
Just wait here.
He again went somewhere. I murmured, "Oh God, what is going on his head?" And after a few minutes, he came with a wheelchair. He stopped in front of me. "What is this?"
Wheelchair?
He said it with a smile on his face. I gazed at him. "I can see that, but for whom?"
For you. I can't let you walk in this condition. I'll drop you home.
"I can walk and I can go by myself." He got close to my face and spoke in a little low tone.
Sit down quietly, Miss Wyan, or I will pick you up and take you to your house like that. And if you want that,
He moved back while shrugging his shoulders.
I have no problem with it.
No, I'm sitting." He extended his hand. I looked at his hand and then I held it. He helped me to sit on a wheelchair. Then I sat and he started walking with me. I murmured, "Stubborn demon." He heard me and chuckled. After some time, we reached in my house street. When we were coming, all the time, he was just chattering, and I was listening his chatter. But his chatter was not irritating me this time. Kinda, I was enjoying that. Suddenly he stopped.
You didn't remove these flowers?
I looked there. Why would I remove them? They are so beautiful. Suddenly my brain hits. Wait, you planted them? I turned my head to him. He looked at me. He scratched his back of his neck and chuckled.
Yes, I did. I planted it by myself.
My eyes widened. You planted this all by your own? He nodded. I looked forward. Why are you doing this, Jungkook? Suddenly he came in front of me.
Wait, you called me by my name? I'm not Demon or John Jungkook anymore?
The widened smile appeared on his face. He kneeled down. He put his palm on my knees.
Please say my name again.
I smiled a little. Can we go home?
Please, Ryan, just once. I want to hear my name in your calm, beautiful voice. Just say it once.
I sighed. Can we go home now, Jungkook? He closed his eyes and put his forehead on my knees. He chuckled. He was like that he heard the most peaceful word. I blushed a little. Why you keep falling on these things? You can get so many beautiful girls, then why are you after me? I'm not even a princess. He looked up into my eyes with full of love.
I know, there are so many beautiful girls, but you? I don't know. What a beauty you have that always pulls me towards you. All girls try to enhance their beauty by showing their self. But you? Your cover head, your oceanic eyes, and honeyed voice just drawn me every time. You changed my bad habits. You made me a better person.
My eyes filled with tears, but I didn't let my tears drop, just listening him quietly.
And about the princess? I don't think that's mattered to me. If you say so, then I will leave the palace and no longer be a prince. I will become an ordinary person for you, who loves you, care for you, who can do whatever just to put a smile on your face. I want to be that man, only for you.
I looked down. But what do we think? We can get every time, Prince. Just try to look someone else. He held my pinky finger with his index finger. I looked at him as he was looking at my finger.
But Ryan, how can I look someone else when I can move my eyes from you? Your eyes just make me feel like...
I cut his words. Like he looked into my eyes.
Like home, my peaceful home, that filled with your fragrance. I just want you also feel the same, the way I feel for you. And I will wait for your yes, no matter how long it takes, but I will wait.
This much you love me? He nodded. I smiled. Can you take me home now? He smiled and got up. He again started walking with me.
Flowers are beautiful, like me, right?
I chuckled and then he left me to my home. He then also left from there. Author's Perv. Next day, you were cooking in kitchen. Today's servants were less and cooks were also not there. You were making lunch, but your attention was somewhere else. You were thinking about Jungkook. The words he said yesterday night, you couldn't forget. His words just making you blush. A servant came and bowed down and spoke. Miss Ryan, you looked at him. Prince is calling you to his room. A big smile appeared on your face. Okay, I'm coming. He left from there. You immediately washed your hands and left from kitchen. You ran towards his bedroom. You stopped in front of his door. You swept to clean your clothes. You set your scarf. You got close to his door and knocked at the door for 3 times. Prince, it's me, Ryan. Your words stopped. Suddenly you felt a sharp pain on your head, like someone hit something. You held your head and turned around. You couldn't see the person because your vision got blurred, but you could see that he or she holding the thick wooden stick. Before you could do something, you fainted. Ryan's Perv. I slowly opened my eyes. As I felt pain in my head, I blinked my eyes for a few times. Then finally I could see clear. I saw a man was laying on Jungkook's bed. He was not Jungkook. And then I looked at myself. I was sitting on floor in front of his bed. That man heard my voice and got up. Oh, you're awake? I looked at that person and I recognized him. You? He was King's best friend's son, Ryan. Yes, it's me. He bent down. He slid his index finger on my face. And I'm here to take care of you. I jerked my face and spoke in angry tone. Don't touch me. I caught up. I'm going to inform the king about your misdeed. He laughed sarcastically. I stopped. He pulled my hand and pinned both my hands on the wall. I groaned. He got close to my face. Your precious king sent me to take care of you. I got confused. You are lying. I won't believe you. Believe me or not, but this man saw you with Prince and heard all your conversations. I got more confused. Oh, darling, you don't remember? The yesterday night, he told you that he would leave this palace for you. That conversation, then King sent me here, so I can handle this situation. He looked at me head to toe. He bit his lip. And damn God, you're so hot. I would definitely enjoy you. I tried to push him, but I failed. Leave me! I looked at the door. Help! Someone please help me! Jungkook, help me! Shh! Don't shout, because it will waste our time. No one in palace. King and queen left with my family. And about Prince, they took him too. And you know what is the funniest thing? He thinks that you already left for your house. And your grandma thinks you are still working. He again laughed sarcastically. He smirked. Let's have some fun. Others puff. On Jungkook's side, he was quiet as he didn't saw you all day. He was not feeling good. Taeyong came and spoke. Where are you lost, Jungkook? He looked at him.
I'm missing my rose. Taeyong, I'm not feeling to stay here. I'm going back to home. If mom dad ask, tell them that I left because I was not feeling well.
He put his hand on Jungkook's shoulder. You go, I'll handle it. He was about to leave, but Taeyong spoke. Jungkook? He turned around. Say hello to my sister-in-law and tell her that I'm waiting for her to be my sister-in-law as soon as possible. He smiled and asked,
How do you know that I'm leaving for her?
I don't know about that, but I just know your love. Now go, meet her. He smiled and he left from there. Back to Ryan's pub. His one hand was holding my both hands, and it was so tight that I couldn't move it. And his second hand went to my face. He touched my cheek and then slid his hand down. I was shouting and tears streaming down from my cheeks. He removed my scarf. My eyes widened. Jungkook, please have mercy on me. He was not listening. His hand's grip got loose. I took that opportunity and I jerked my hands. I ran to his door. He laughed. Hey, Ryan, where can you go? I left from there. I was running, but I couldn't run properly because of my foot. I looked back as he was following me. And then suddenly table hit to my stomach and candle dropped from table. Ah! That candle dropped on my dress. But I didn't care about that and again started running. I went to stairs and started taking steps. He shouted, Run! Run, Ryan! But you can't get off this mansion. Today no one will save you. I didn't listen to him and went to gate. My steps stopped. My eyes widened also because I saw outside of gate there were coals. They all were fired up. All gate road was covered. He spoke from my behind but from so far. Now where you can go? I turned my head, but as he was coming towards me, I again looked at the coals. I closed my eyes and thought for once, I have to take a step. I held my dress and then I put my right feet on coal. His eyes widened. I took another step. I took another. The sweat started streaming from my forehead and tears also. I felt my feet burned. God, please help me. Because of hate, I slowly started feeling dizziness and I felt like I would faint any time. Finally, I crossed from there. My steps got slow and my energy went down. Jungkook's perv.
I was coming back towards mansion as I was upset and confused. Because I went to her house, I met her grandma. She said that she was still in the palace. I got confused and I came to palace. As I was walking, my eyes went up. I saw a girl who was walking slowly as she was coming out. But then my eyes went behind of her. There were so many coals. They all fired up. And then I again looked at that girl. I couldn't see her face clearly. She looked so weak. As she came closer, her face became clearer. And my heart ached. She was my rose, my wine. Her scarf was not on her head. She was so weak, like someone did bad to her. I immediately ran towards her and held her from her arms. What happened to you, Wine? Are you okay? She looked at me with painful eyes, but her eyes were half opened. She put her hands on my collarbones and got close to my ear. A whisper left from her mouth.
Jungkook, Ryan, tried to put his hand on me.
She fainted and her body fell on me. I held it as her face hid it in my neck. As my eyes fell on Ryan, he was in front of me but far. He was other side of Cole. My eyes were filled with anger and tears. I removed my coat and covered her head and body. I hugged her unconscious body. A tear dropped from my eyes. My eyes were red. I held her tight. I was gazing at him and clenching my jaw. I was so in anger that I could kill him right now.